What's going on, Internet? Eric Bandholz here, back again with another amazing episode from Beardbrand Alliance. Today, we're cleaning up this beard. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so this is my beard. Pretty natural. What I've done is I've applied some utility balm this morning. I've combed it through, but this is air dried, so it has some of these waves that hopefully you guys have come to recognize on me. It has like a little curl out here. And what I want to do is a little bit of styling before I trim it, because that's kind of more like I would wear it on a normal basis. And in addition to that, these waves aren't really natural. So I'm probably planning on taking off, I don't know, probably about a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and trimming up the sides a little bit, trimming up here a little bit, and just maybe rounding it out a little bit. It's a little square right now. So let's go ahead and get this beard slightly styled. You may be wondering where you can get this beautiful round brush. You know where you can get it. Head over to beardbrand.com. So you'll see now that my beard is a little bit styled, it's a little bit longer, and I have this kind of point right here where it starts to get this kind of separation. And what I want to do is maybe get it to the point right before it starts to do that curl. And the goal is just, you know, again, keep the waves, keep the movement, but not to the point where it gets a little wild. So first thing I want to do is with my trimmer, I've got the, can you all see that? Boom. This is 9 millimeters. I'm going longer than I think I need to go. And I've opened up the guard all the way. So I'm adding another 2 millimeters. This is 11 millimeters. With trimming your beard, longer is always better. You can always take more off, but it's harder to put hair back on. So what we're doing here is we're working on the sides, and we're going to try to tone these down a little bit. And if I find out I'm not cutting anything, then we'll go a little bit lower guard. Let's begin. Now the next step is to pull this up. And when you pull this up, I want to focus on the higher parts here while leaving the longer parts, or the lower parts, a little bit longer. So this is just going to give like just a very light, slight taper. And then the final part is I just want to trim these ears up a little bit. Now, if you're growing your beard out, that would pretty much need to be all that you had to do to maintain your beard as it grows out. Just cleaning up these areas and kind of your cheek lines, and keeping this part closer to your face, especially up towards the cheeks where you have like a little bit of a taper, makes a huge impact on the overall shape. I could go forward like this and feel pretty confident that I've cleaned it up enough to, you know, survive another month or two before going to the barber. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to take a little length off this beard. I'm a big fan of going by hand, a freestyler. You could use scissors, you can use trimmers. I kind of prefer clippers because I can just take it straight back. So let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful! No, maybe we should keep on going. So at a basic shape, this is kind of more of a square beard. There would need to be some kind of cleanup but you can kind of see that square shape. So if you want a square shape, you'd kind of stop here and maybe just like trim up the neckline a little bit. But I prefer a little more natural curve to my beard. So I'm going to go in and clean up these edges. So with the edges, we went straight back to get our length. And now we're going to soften it up with kind of like a 45-degree angle. One tip I would recommend when you're trying to hit the corners of your jawline is back into it. So you go this way and then you can start to feel where your jaw is. And that's where you want to stop. And by backing up, you kind of make sure you're not going to go too far and like dig out your beard. So the goal is you get to the jaw point, the part where your head begins and your neck stops. That's kind of your stopping point, and backing in is a great way to be able to get that. And an important thing to do while trimming your beard is always try to comb through your beard and see if there's any kind of weird sections that you missed or flyaways. You'll notice right here, this section kind of bounced up after I trimmed it down. And what I could do is, continue this journey of taking everything up to kind of match it. But what I want to do is really just take a shower tomorrow and see how it turns out. Because it could just be how I was naturally kind of wearing from before I trimmed it up, before I took a lot of that length off. So this beard shape is still a pretty sharp, well-defined beard. The thing that you'll notice is it really has kind of like a blunt edge. So this is where you come in, grab some of your Beardbrand, this way. Grab some Beardbrand scissors, and we can start to just kind of the term is called point cutting it, where you're coming in like this. And we're just cleaning up the tips and the edges a little bit. And the goal of this is we're not cutting a lot, we're not cutting any length, but we're softening up the edges a little bit. The other thing I see a lot of guys make a mistake with is how you properly hold it. You want to rest your pinky on the tang, and then you'll notice there's a little ridge here for 2 fingers, and then your third finger goes in here, and then of course your thumb. And the goal is you move your thumb, you're not moving your hand like that. So just the thumb moves. Now that my beard's a lot shorter, I need to do something about my mustache. And you'll notice right down here, it's starting to kind of fall down. So that's telling me my mustache is a little too long. And I like to just go in and freestyle this. I will grab it. The final thing I like to do is grab a little more styling products. So I've got the Old Money Utility Balm here. And work it into your hands as always. Smell it because it smells so good. And then, as always, don't forget to rub it into the skin as much as your beard. Last thing to do is grab either your travel brush or your large brush, whatever you prefer. I like the travel one, it's just really good for your face. And brush it all down. And if you make a mistake while trimming your beard, you know, no big deal. It's time of mask. You can wear your mask to cover it up if you want to do that. But I always recommend, you know, just going with it and knowing that most people aren't going to be able to notice the things that you notice about your beard. And the other thing is, a lot of guys will just trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up. That's not a good strategy. I really feel like just let it be, give it a day of rest, come back in the morning and see how it looks after sleeping on it, after taking a shower, and that will give you good guidance on where you want to go from there. So this is the final look for a big mustache. Kind of a still big beard, but not really big beard. Here you go. What do you think? Are you guys taking care of your beards during the quarantine? I hope all is well on the other side of the internet. Cheers. Keep on growing. Whoever knew sweat could smell so good? I did, because I've been using Beardbrand's new deodorant. Grab it at beardbrand.com.